Bristol, England, October 1784. Richard Morgan, victualler, gunsmith, devoted father and husband, lived a contented and happy life. But Richard's happiness was to be short-lived. His daughter Mary dies of smallpox. Wife Peg follows soon after, and to compound his misery, his beloved son, William Henry, drowns in the Avon in unknown circumstances. Mad with grief, Richard seeks solace in the arms of Anne-Marie Latour, a prostitute in league with corrupt aristocrat John Seeley Trevelyan. Trevelyan frames Richard for grand larceny, a charge of which he is totally innocent. March the 23rd, 1785. Richard is tried by jury in Gloucester, and the verdict: 7 years transportation to Botany Bay, the end of the known world. Richard boards the ex-slaver Alexander on January the 6th, 1787, with 200 other wretched souls. The Alexander later joins 10 other ships, forming the fleet that would take England's misbegotten to their new island prison. This is the story of one man's epic journey to rebuild his life from the shattered ruins of his past. It is the story of forgotten people and the founding of a nation.
That cot, ye sorry lot. The upper, not the scupper. 20 inches each is the measure. 6 of you crammed together. Such be the commandant's pleasure, ye sorry lot. Stop your chatter and your weeping. The coir mats for sleeping. Listen to that putrid seeping, ye sorry lot.
Sax, what does he want? To break our backs?
'Tis a pit from hell. I can see the sea swell. They say she's a ship of death.
That stink takes my breath.
The darkness, I cannot read. Richard, I will go mad.
Rest easy, we'll find things to do. We'll sing, we'll whistle, we'll joke. We'll tell stories of other days and other glories.
Oh, die found a man.
You do no such thing, sir.
I'll go mad, I say. I cannot bear a single day. This ship is bedlam.
They don't want us alive. They don't want us to survive.
Tis a dungeon soaked in fear.
Were you all born lily-livered? Is this the first time that you've shivered? Summon your courage, you're all good men. You can go to hell and come back again. Look at those Marines grin. If you give in and they win, well, they'll not beat Richard Morgan. They'll never beat Richard Morgan. Ye might be those whom God forgot, but I know you're not a sorry lot. Wearing a stench, foul and airless, death sits brooding, old and hairless. But will he win? Will they win? To let them is the only sin.
I can sing falsetto.
And I can sing the mid
Welshman sing sweet and true.
Then what are we going to do? Sing away to Botany Bay, serenade the prison bar, show to them our biggest smile. Don't let them see consternation while we stop our route on devils on with might and main sing of our pain, here to hell and back again. Sing away to Botany Bay, serenade the filth and stench, long in song for some near wench, past the awful Alexander days, as if she were bathed in angels' rays. Raise our voices, let's begin to show them that they cannot win. And that's a beginning, but not an end. How do I show them that winning any soul can mend? They look to me, but must look to themselves. They trust in me, but must learn to trust in themselves. Dear God in heaven, show them how. I am Major Robert Ross, Commandant of Marines and Lieutenant Governor. I am master of your fates, ye contemptible whore sons. You're very clean in the larboard. Who's the head man?
Hey, it's one over there.
Richard Morgan, number 2 or 3.
Aye, very clean, very organized. How many have died since you left Tilbury, Morgan?
It's impossible to count, sir. As fast as they die, others replace them. Usually 2 for 1, or so it seems. All of them remain here.
How long since bodies were last removed?
A week, 10 days, something like that.
Surgeon Balmain says it's the plague.
If it were, we'd all be dead by now.
That lump atop your shoulders is a head for thinking, not drinking. Why have the dead not been removed? This place never smelled of perfume, where the dead have a bloom towards shriveled Satan. Nor has a census been taken. Illiterate boobies, numbskulls, morons, loobies, you cannot find a fuck in a body house. Tomorrow we anchor in Portsmouth for 6 weeks, and I will see this putrid ship made fit for Surgeons Balmain and Weiss. 'Tis not a plague, but fumigation will help. Soul a coat of whitewash. Johnson, sharp ye fuddle-bellied rattles. Evacuate the prisoners, and make sure they're fed. meat and greens, fresh produce, not pigs' leavings. Morgan, ye and your larboard men will stay aboard to fumigate and whitewash, then you'll do it all over again.
Aye, sir.
Does this mean our prison will be whitewashed, Richard?
According to the Major, at least twice.
Then I'll be able to raid.
Stephen Donovan, fourth mate.
Richard Morgan, 2 or 3.
Will you not shake the hand of Miss Molly, Richard?
Are you? I beg your pardon, sir. 'Twas not intended as an insult. I'm a convicted felon. I do not shake hands with free men. You're a ship's officer.
Felons are not usually so proud. I'm a very junior ship's officer.
That's not what the gossip says. Ye were signed on a second mate, then pushed out by the Royal Navy. Why sail to Botany Bay at all, given such an unjust emotion?
I have several reasons, all of them valid to me at any rate. First, there is the sea. Something's always happening in it to give us cheer and company. Second, only 2 men have gone where we are going. Left no map showing aught but shadows of a great Southland, with one lone strand called Botany Bay. Imagine, Richard, 3 million square miles, but that must be the extent of this mysterious continent.
Bigger than Europe, truly.
An unheard harmony,
Or dissonance vile.
we'll know which in a little while.
Your first 2 reasons sport logic of a sort. Reason 3 should be extremely good.
Third, I want to be a part of history. This is an epic adventure, not a trudge to somewhere known. No, do not look at me with censure. I'm a man full and proper grown, with ears and nose and eyes to witness this bold enterprise. I have a lust to savor the new.
Easy to see that's true. But how and when and why did we, the leavings of England's sty, become England's experiment in souls? Who knows what are England's goals? Does anybody in England care? Did England think about this where?
England fears a frog or Yankee uprising.
Not really so surprising. But at Botany Bay, all dangers removed. The upper class exquisitely soothed. Botany Bay, hurrah and hooray! A place for felons, demagogues, dissenters. Those thought revolutions meant us. Sent 20,000 sea miles far, free from all threats to mar England's property folk. Free from threat with one stroke. I'm not blind, Mr. Donovan. I can see that and always have.
My name is Stephen, call me by it.
Nay, I'm a convict. Therefore, I will accord ye the respect due to a free man, Mr. Donovan.
Richard, didn't ye notice? We become friends and friends acknowledge no barriers.
I admit the friendship gladly, but it cannot be equal.
they very plenty of fresh foods into me anchor in Portsmouth, Morgan?
Aye, sir, they have.
Get your bloated blubber down here, you hippo-ass lover. Come on, Captain Duncan Sinclair, show me that you've got a pair.
No one speaks to me like that, least of all a poorhouse brat. Not clever enough to join the Navy, nor rich enough to join the Army. 'Tis the Marines for a poorhouse brat. Whereas Duncan Sinclair was born host and chod, only slightly lower than Almighty God. Master and owner is Duncan Sinclair.
Master and owner is Duncan Sinclair. Look around, ye balloon arts. Is this to pass as accommodation for my men? Not in my booking aid. This is the stern cargo hold beneath the waterline. Foul, stinking, black and cold. A berth not fit for swine. Yet here ye put my marines, less valued than a sack of beans. Put your crew down here to die like flies, and my men above them, damn your porky eyes.
It's not in my contract, Major Ross. Convicts and cargo's what I signed for. Your Marines aren't worth a toss. Scum that I'll not be maligned for. Ye apology of a
That
man.
puts me ahead. Ye factory for farts. Don't need a cabin boy to hold my dicky. To piss with aim must be tricky. I need the quarterdeck for my officers and agents.
The quarterdeck is mine. Your higher-ups can live just fine. They'll not share the quarterdeck with me, and that's final. You impotent flea!
If I have to, I'll go to Admiral Lord Howe, the offspring of a prolapsed cow.
It's lies you're inventing now.
If I have to, I'll go to Mr. Pitt, the torpid bag of shit.
A telling hit, a telling hit.
I've only just begun, you pontified cream bun.
Go away, you lowland scum without another.
Here I stay, you Glasgow bitches, bye blow.
Don't you tell me what to do. Look at the bottom of my shoe. Dog turds, Ross, dog turds. Your men's dogs ravished my birds. Playing fast and loose, 2 hens, 4 ducks, and a goose. Rendered unable to grace my table. Then a bulldog locked its jaws in my pig. Did the brute fancy itself that big? I had to shoot my hog, but not before I shot the fucking dog.
I get a lump at your royal fatness. My marines move up to steerage.
Men!
I suggest ye apply for peerage and call yourself Lord Rat of Ratness. Build a foxhole for your crew. Right pleased they will be too. You can stuff your turtle soup in a roundhouse on a poop. My officers and agents take the quarterdeck. Otherwise you'll have internal shipwreck.
Build a foxhole and a poop, leave you cock a hoop, sweet morans in hands and hounds. It'll cost me £1,000.
If festering horse bladder could make ye all the gladder to dwell on high, wolfing down elephantine bits of pie. Send the bill to the Admiralty.
You don't have that authority.
I'm just looking after my men, ye gormandizing old hen. Morgan, do not shirk. The pumps have fouled its bucket work. Knock 2 holes in the bastard's hull to give him something more to mull.
You and you and you. Yes, you 3. Don't make me madder. You're not down here to graze on grass. Get your shoulders under my ass and push me up this fucking ladder.
Richard, Richard, Governor Philip has issued orders that all convicts are to be freed from their leg irons.
Aye, some of you at least will be needed to do work. When we make harbour in Tenerife, the water tuns have to be filled and food brought from the town to the ships. He won't be allowed to land, but ye might get a glimpse of the isle. I am cargo officer of the good ship Alexander.
I'll believe that when it happens. I've worn my irons for 33 months now.
Do you feel free enough now to call me Stephen?
Nay, Mr. Donovan, irons or no irons, I'm still a convict. It's like suddenly wearing Mercury's wings on my heels. I feel as if I'll float up into the air at any moment.
Richard, we can be a better team now. With you as our leader, we'll be able to do anything.
I'll be nimble enough to help you keep our stuff lashed to the crossbeam. You had no help, 'cause you're taller and far stronger.
Will and I could care for Captain Sinclair's sheep. Does that please you?
Could I look after poor Ike? He's not better. Now he's out of irons.
Look at them, Mr. Donovan. No less my poor sheep now their irons are off. Will they ever learn? Can they learn? Look at them, my poor sheep, dragged on deck, half asleep, to have their fetters broken. Can this be a token of Governor Philip's humanity? Look at them, my poor sheep, no longer iron to a creep. If I ask them what they desire, they'd answer a house warmed by a fire. Money, comfort, a wife, children, a long life, things banished to a dream, haunted by the scream of inhumanity. Look at them, my poor sheep, holding their worth far too cheap. How can I shake them free of their dependence on me? I can never be their mother, nor can any other in this ship of humanity. Sheep, pride and self-esteem buried deep, qualities they must on earth before Botany Bay and a new birth. For I will not be there to ease their pain. Their ways and mine will not remain intertwined. I know it in my mind.
Morgan, Lizzie Luck, we just wanted a good look. Fit for a duchess it is. Why ain't it in the hold with all our finery? Why wear it all the way to Botany Bay? You even sleep sitting up wearing it.
It ain't safe we'd be old with them leaks since we was pooped in that big storm. I wear it 'cause it's safe. With no one to defend her, stood in the dock.
Lizzie Lock in the dock for stealing us.
The big on the bench, Pipsqueak, who hates a wench, called me a recidivist. A recidivist.
The goose, me got the noose for stealing us.
That sour old bird comes up with a word like recidivist. An ironical twist it means said empathy, as were free that I had a history. Still one hat, a misdemeanor, another hat, the thief is keener, is keener. But rehearsals to fall, all laid at the door of
Lizzie are stealing us. First 3 acts in an hour. Lizzie Lock, what's the matter?
Richard gave me this in Gloucester jail. My sad heart sings at the thought of him. He is my beloved, he'll never fail me. Richard Morgan,
Ritzy Bint. Never noticed her before, did you? Bertie.
We've an onion in here. No, I don't fancy her. You can have her. Christ, I get so tired of these whores breaking down the bulkheads to get us in our sleep. Filthy wretches! They can't get enough of us jackass.
True, and us with no defences. Ha ha! We've got to complain to the captain harder, mateys.
Complain away, Wally. I've got a good one here. Ain't that right, Miss Priss?
Scurvy lot! Tain't never them what breaks down the bulkheads, always us! Big, strong, well-fed creatures we are!
You poor little chickens, have a cup of tea. Tea's about the only favour we get. May as well enjoy it. Oh, Kitty. Oh, Annie, stop crying. Drink some tea.
I think Annie's dying of shame.
She won't be the first and she won't be the last. Kitty, you hang on. To be seasick all the time is a good way to avoid men's attentions.
Shouldn't have drunk that gin. Look at the trouble it's got me in. When Father died, I was 5. They took me to the orphanage, which kept me alive. I don't know why. It would have been better to die. I embroidered waistcoats for gentlemen, needlework scenes of castles with boats in times when girls like me knew princes. Then I became a serving maid at the manor house. I took my hair out of its parade, a city kitty from a country mouse. Peg, the oldest and the boldest, gave us gin on our way to town, enough to drown a cat, and because of that, we stole muslin and lawn. Kitty, the criminal, was born.
Power only keeps trying to escape to get home to his dying father. He's not the real villain.
We voiced our will. We've always managed to avoid witnessing punishment. But today we can't. Just shut up, close your eyes, and thank God it isn't you.
I feel sick.
We'll have none of that, either, Joey. Look after Ike, find somewhere he can lean, since they won't let us sit.
By order of the governor, convict number 42, John Power, is to be put in double irons and stapled to the deck for 1 day, noon to noon, after which he will wear said double irons at the governor's pleasure.
How dare you deface my deck?
Think yourself lucky, Piggle Wiggle, that it ain't ye lying there, for I count ye the bigger villain. By my order as Commandant of Marines, convict number 76, Joshua Peck will receive 50 lashes of the meanest cat. Whoever his confederates are, take heed. Corporal Sampson, show me the cats. Corporal, lay it on. Drummer, keep the time. Lieutenant, make the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Number 76, Joshua Peck, has been duly flogged.
I'm about to lose one of my men, Ike Rogers. Now here again he's fresh in humanity, a body turned to bloody jelly, all because of an empty belly. That poor stapled lad will die, his very flesh will fry.
Nay, nay, do not fret, our friends will keep him wet, and Peck will heal his wounds congeal.
But Ike will die for sure, for what ails him there is no cure.
Richard, Richard, so much gloom. Davy Jones' locker is no earthen tomb. To be buried at sea is to be made free. Tomorrow is an undiscovered continent, its surprises still unsent. Don't forget that in memories of the meanest cat.
He's dead.
O eternal Lord God, who alone spreadest out the heavens and rulest the raging of the sea, who has compassed the waters with bounds until day and night come to an end, be pleased to receive into thy almighty and most gracious protection the persons of us, thy servants, and the fleet in which we serve. We therefore commend the body of Isaac Rogers to the deep, to be turned into corruption, looking for the resurrection of the body when the sea shall give up her dead. Through the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Don't cry so, Joey. Ike couldn't bear the sea. And today it has claimed him, yet not named him. Try to remember Ike, the bold highwayman.
Richard, I miss him so.
We all will. He's the first to go. Now we must make sure he's the last. The chapter of our lives is past. 11 left, all bereft, but sane and whole and spry.
Richard, I'll try. I promise I'll try.
We're still dying aboard Alexander. Water rationing again already. Far harder to bear than too little food. Mr. Donovan and his adventure to this undiscovered continent. Perhaps it's why we die. All our adventure leads to despair. They pack us into a stinking Stygian dungeon, where we die and are left to rot. They starve us. Then when some poor wretch steals a tiny brick of bread, seething with grubs, they flog him to bloodied meat in front of us as a lesson. Our eyes see only cruelty and suffering, our ears the sounds of pain and sorrow. For this is the world of man, pitiless, pitiful, ugly. But look at God's world of the sea, a white lace of foam spread over a blue so deep it has the sheen of purple. See the delicate ghost of a jellyfish trailing its frilly tatters like streamers. And there a silver sheet of minnowfish swimming together in perfect unison, a wanderess free from the taint of man. Though they're dolphins, eyes curved in smiles, eyes twinkling, joyous arcs flying in and out of the waves, in sleek gambols, playing chasings with stinking, filthy, decrepit Alexander. Creatures as free as we never can be. An unanswerable riddle, that all of this is a part of this. The beauty of God, the ugliness of man. The ugliness of man. An extraordinary man. He suffers so and thinks of naught but others. What secrets lie locked away in Richard Morgan's heart? How can I help him? I don't know how. He's closed his heart. Even so, I believe in him. He has won my heart. I can scarce imagine life if we were apart. I believe in him. It's plain to see there can't be an us, alas. He can never love me. I
stays empty. I believe in him. I must stay strong. I love too much to lose a friend, to force from him what's clearly wrong. I must never say how I feel, never hope for more than friendship. He has won my heart. I know there is no chance, alas.
Ever since we left Cape Town, we've moved in circles. You said we had to get down from the Cape. But all the mucky mucks on the Sirius do is frown and move us in circles.
It's called standing and tacking, Neddy, my lad. It stops the sails backing, and it's supposed to find us a smacking good wind.
You don't approve of this way to move?
The Royal Navy men, not East India men. The West Indies, there and back again is all they know. Since you left Rio, we've been groping in a fog that find to Rio, hunter and king, and king's dog.
You mean the Navy's lost, into the unknown tossed?
If they only knew it, I could show them how to do it. But I'm Merchant Navy, a species inferior, in no way superior, in fact, far drearier than the Royal Navy.
Go on, Mr. Donovan, a Navy man's a Navy man. Royal merchant, still marine. Think of the places you have been.
There, I've cheered you up.
But we still don't have a wind.
Ah, Captain Hunter may not know it, but we are about to find our Eastings.
Wonder what?
Eastings, the great winds that'll push us east, like Gabriel's breath down a celestial trumpet. The sky is greasy, and Mother Carey's chickens are flying. See, they look like swifts.
How can a sky be greasy?
Look at it properly, Bill. The sun is shining, but the sky isn't blue. It looks as if it has a thin coat of bacon fat. Signs of war on any boat. God's about to apply his meanest cat.
Are we in for a storm?
Once like clouds start scudding in a sky so fattened, Captain Sinclair will order hatches battened. We've left latitudes warm, so it won't be a storm. We're in for a tempest, the likes of which you've never seen, any more than has the Royal Navy. Alexander will be swamped, dumped, run right through, pummel fore and after on both beams at one and the same time.
I think she'll sink.
This old slaving strumpet sink, nay, of her. She has a tumble of marlin and buoyancy of a gull. She'll not sink.
I better warn Taffy and Will, packing the same for sheep, the pigs.
Tell them to ask Captain Sinclair, he'll know.
Afraid, Richard?
Lord, no. I'm trying to work out how I can survive the tempest if I stay on deck. And don't you dare say I can't.
Argue with the Bristol man? I'd not dare. In fact, I'll lash you to the mast.
That's a beginning, but not an end. How do I show them that winning any soul can mend? They look to me, but must look to themselves. They trust in me, but must learn to trust in themselves.
Over the seas where unknown, packed like bubbles come to town, tossed by every wind they blow, freezing, flying off breeze. This is an epic adventure, freezing, flying off breeze. Past experiment is doomed to fail.
Shorter rations than Alexander, no bread at all, just rice and porridge. Even we can't eat the salt meat. They give us a week's issue at a time, and cannot if we scoff it all at once, then starve for the next 6 days.
But with Richard, our head man, we dole our issue out a bit at a time. And I'm outside our house growing vegetables so no one can steal our rations.
Who cares about food? They've landed the women. Only half a one for each of us. With my luck, I'll get the half that talks.
The abs that fuck will go to the Freeman, that's their luck.
I have monkish leaning, so I don't mind missing out on a woman. Besides, I tell, they only get half rations.
What's the use of women, I ask, when the governor says we'll be hanged if we go near him? Why bother sending us 20,000 sea miles to hang us for what hangs off us?
They should have hanged us in England, cheaper around to lie in English ground. What did Major Ross want, Richard?
A gunsmith to repair the Marines' muskets. I'm a gunsmith who used to make Brown Bess. He also needed a sharpener and set of saws, and I can do both. And if we had sugarcane, I could distill rum. The true Bristol man can fix a pump, a pistol, a saw, or a still.
All this time, and I a Bristol man besides. Yet we never even suspected your talents. Yours are real skills, Richard, which is more than can be said for the most of us.
You're educated, Tommy. You're born clerk. Turn the quartermaster up Sweden in time, you'll be running stores. The Major says I must train saw sharpener, so I'm hoping some of you will have the aptitude.
I've got that.
Pox on saws. The women have landed, Richard. I fancy your wife. And if Lizzie Locke made the trip, you'll find yourself back in her grip.
I'm well contented as I am, Bill. Who are these poor wretches, but lost souls like you and me? I don't yearn for Lizzie Locke. She was just a friend in Gloucester jail.
I left a wife behind, so another would be bigamy. Do I need fresh misery?
Go on, Davy, you're a coxcomb. Leave the English wife at home and take another here. What's to fear? They lost our papers at sea. They don't know when we'll be free. So how can they know about wives?
You'll be nagged to death.
Snuff out her breath.
Why take on the pain of a new ball and chain?
I'm staying celibate.
That's like going to hell a bit.
If marriage is your pleasure, then go into it happily. The women too have sailed 20,000 sea miles, so look on them kindly.
Yes, Daddy.
They sent you after all. How are you, Lizzie Locke?
Oh, still in the land of the living. Though that don't please our masters if we ain't young and beautiful.
How is it here?
We ain't none of us oars, but they treat us as oars. Our only use is clear, something to fuck. How's Ike? Well, how of the rest who were in Gloucester jail? Did they all come?
Ike died at sea, but Joey, Will, Bill, Taffy, and Nettie are here with me. We're a group of 11 who keep to ourselves, and better so.
For women ain't let to form groups. We're picked over 10 like a man choosing a pup from a litter. Us runts don't get chosen. We'll be set to scrubbing and toiling, unless we're lucky enough to find an husband.
To help you, truly.
You can marry me for old time's sake, Richard.
Nay, I don't love you, Lizzie.
What's love got to do with it?
Everything. As far as I'm concerned, I couldn't touch your body, make love to you.
That I can bear, for all it ain't fair. If you marry me, you set me free. I won't be at the
progressive submarine. I won't be a drudge sight unseen.
She cared well for me in Gloucester jail. Tant Pat mended, my property defended. How now can I fail to help poor Lizzie? What is my life with my beloved wife and children dead? What kind of life falls in their stead? My sorrow was so long ago, faded now, an ancient blow. Maybe my permanent lack can help pay Lizzie back.
He walked into Gloucester jail like a prince of the blood. He made other men quail, and my dry heart pushed for the bud of love for Richard. I would die in Richard's bed. I'd lie no matter what the cost. Marry me, Richard.
If I do, you must understand that I'll lay no hand on you, nor kiss your lips even lightly or for show. Down that path I'll not go. Of a sort, but just how dearly bought.
Richard, this is a mistake. What if one day you meet your love? Your heart will break.
That love comes but once to any man, and I have known it already. The woman I loved is mouldering bones in a Bristol burying ground. Our son, a part of the river's overtones, taken by it and drowned. Our daughter's little light, snuffed out in the night. Too long ago, too far away. In Lizzie, I have a debt to pay.
But another love might come. You march now to a different drum. A woman is waiting for children too. Oh, what can I say? Don't throw it all away.
Your heart is soft, Mr. Donovan, always hopes for the best. It beats in a tender breast. Dear friend, I'll be fine. The decision is mine.
My heart bleeds.
My heart's a thrill.
She has needs
he can't fulfill.
The joy of landing him.
The slut is branding him. He's too good for the likes of her. I wish he'd got her teeth in a proper cur. Still, I'm the commandant. It's in my power to grant all kinds of things, with or without wedding rings. I'll save ye from yourself, Richard Morgan. I'll park ye on a shelf, Richard Morgan.
See you again after so many months. That's how Norfolk Island will eat better.
Poor Jackson grows nothing and is awash with rogues besides. I think the governor hopes Norfolk Island will grow enough food for all.
How come you're here, Richard, without your wife?
I know not, except that it has to do with sores. I asked to bring Lizzie, but Major Ross refused me.
A man of some perception is Major Ross. He esteems you, Richard.
I turned his pistols up like new, also the Marines' muskets. So my gunsmith side had naught to do, and the iron-hard trees of that land make mincemeat of our second-rate swords, whereas Lieutenant King has high hopes for Norfolk Island's trees.
He's a captious man, King, not practical like Ross. For your sake, I hope he bring luck with ye. 'Tis a toss of fortune's dice.
And you, Mr. Donovan, why does King want you?
There is a coral reef, no ships to grief. Anything not decked has been wrecked for want of a pilot. So I'm told in me, behold, Norfolk Island's pilot.
How strange that you and I are going somewhere new together.
No stranger for you than for me, Richard. Like ye Golden Grove, better than Alexander.
She's a sweet ship, never held a convict. She smells of canvas and spices, and the salty, tangy sea.
And Norfolk Island, what do you hope for there?
To stay clear of trouble, to please the powers that be, by mine own efforts redouble my chance to be free.
And when you're free, will ye go home?
With Lizzie Locke to wife, nay, I'll not go home.
Is that regret I hear?
Nay. Today, Billy. Even Mr. King should be pleased.
More pleased still to be quitting Norfolk Island. He's desperate to be in Port Jackson when someone's chosen to go home and remind the Admiralty that we're alive.
The cobblefish are change. Enough for everyone.
Fish might be surprisingly scanty, but this place is kinder by far than Port Jackson. We managed to grow despite the plague of grubs.
Aye, and you built yourself a good house far up the dale. That was clever. No one bothers you except me. What I love most here is the ocean mighty.
I'll be glad to see Major Ross take over Norfolk Island. Mr. King is too much the gadfly.
You're one of the few who'll be glad to see Major Ross. Mr. King doesn't mind the lickspittles. Major Ross abominates them.
The sun's going down in all its splendor, and the surf's bridal veils are gilded. A memory of God's beauty. See the clouds, the shrouds of God's power, and hark to the sound of surf pounding. This is God's stir, resounding. Shipwreck!
Shipwreck, oh, what's to do? Shipwreck. What happens now? Shipwreck. So cold and west. Shipwreck.
That fool, Captain Hunter, refuses to use two good pilots, then backs his ship in stays, runs her aground.
Aye, the Navy's not popular with Major Ross. I was ordered to take sailors and officers out of Kingston and up to the island's middle. Can Sirius be refloated, Mr. Donovan?
Nay, her back is broken and stuck on the reef. I have to get the animals off and swimming to shore.
What a business, Morgan. 500 extra mouths to feed, and nearly enough seed to sow. He'll have to soar like a madman to get a shelter up. And no doubt Captain Incompetent Hunter will claim everything for the Navy first. The Navy's no use, even as tailors' dummies. I could weep, Morgan, I could weep, but who has time with foul naval heroes losing their ships?
It will sort itself out in the end, sir. Too late to soar today, but there's still light. The sailors and junior officers are under canvas at Middlegate. They were glad to be away from so many convicts. What else can I do?
Settle the shipwrecked convicts down, the poor souls. I will require you to house one of the men and a woman besides.
Richard, it's Richard. Where are Joey and Taffy?
Busy with the sailors. The Navy has first call on us. I'm the head sawyer, so I own a little extra clout.
But the head sawyer should be a free man.
I, in a better ordered world, needs must when the devil drives. 'Tis not a job many can do.
Richard, oh Richard, me love, what bliss to see you. Oh, sweet heavens above, kiss me, Richard, kiss me.
Get off me, get away, don't touch me, woman. When we married, what did I say? Don't touch me!
Richard, what means this Lizzie is your wife? You refuse even a kiss, love and cherish is for life. Are you mad?
Are you mad?
Great!
Lizzie is your mate.
Richard, it's not right. Lizzie cannot fight.
So fight for her, for Lizzie. For Lizzie. You become a true man, Richard. Richard. Or if you ain't mad, Richard. Richard. Bad or bad,
I can marshal no defense. Never think I don't realize there's no recompense. But in my blinded eyes, a part of me is buried deep. I put it to sleep. Lizzie Locke holds no key to it, nor did I make her free of it. Morgan may be her name, but to my shame, I have shut her out of my heart.
What are ye but solid conceit? Do ye expect us to worship at your feet?
Get thee godly devil straight off we need Richard listening home. We're all done, make a fabulator. No time, no talent, no title remains of our love for you. And it's too good a word. And it's too fun a word. And it's too soft a word.
I can isolate the Royal Navy, damn their souls. But I canna make 'em work, rot their bones. 100 idle, meretricious men freeze their turds, led by Fat Boy Hunter. Curse his codes, sitting up there at Middlegate. Fry their balls, learn mucky mucks a lot. Skin their pricks, slash 'em, mash 'em, hash 'em too.
Easy, sir, easy. Ye can keep them drunk.
They've already taken my rum, leaving my men north, and that means trouble.
Sir, have you forgotten Commandant King Sugarcane, and what I did with it? 5,000 gallons of Morgan's best, hidden in our secret distillery. 'Twas meant to be sent to Port Jackson, yes. But it cannot be sent there now, can it?
Morgan, you're a gem. I wish I had more Bristol men. Those Navy bastards will be here nigh on a year, creating havoc.
Unless they're soaked in rum night and day.
Curdle their bellies,
which gives us the time we need.
Pickle their livers,
to grow wheat and veggies to feed all.
Blister their bowels.
Keep the Marines in Kingston, far from the Navy piss-pots. Set women to debarking trees and convict men to felling. More sorbets by the dozen and carpenters galore. Open up the hinterland, discourage empire building, and do the job.
Morgan, you're an optimist, you think it can be done. But I'm a pessimist and know the Navy's won. The problem lies in superiority, mischief-making, and the simple fact that the Admiralty's Navy, all I am, is a paltry marine. But I will try.
Aye, he's a pessimist, what Scot is not. But he has common sense, and if I am an optimist, I too have common sense. Poor Ross, he's right, the Admiralty won't thank him. He's a Marine in a Navy world. Well, we managed to land all those poor wretched women, and by my count, I'll not be required to house one. Those the sailors and the Marines didn't grab, my fellow convicts did.
What luck you have, Richard. And I gather you won't even be required to house your legal wife.
The Major has taken her to be his housekeeper. His son is too young to be left unattended.
Aye.
And so Lizzie suited him down to the ground. Elderly, plain, and not on the hunt for a new husband.
And you continue your hermit's existence at the far end of the Vale.
That's definitely luck. I cannot understand why, after being jammed cheek by jowl, together for years, inhaling the smell of hell, men still crave close company. My isolation is heaven to me, a gift I did not look to find.
I'm doubly glad then that you admit me to an unequal friendship.
Unequal no longer, Major Ross has freed me. May I call ye Stephen, and shake ye by the hand.
With so much joy, Richard, it wanted but that to be a perfect friendship. Miss Molly, Stephen Donovan, and stoical Richard Morgan. Of all men's mental devices, I love irony best, a cosmic jest that yet suffices to lay spirits to rest.
Ye saint my sanity on Alexander, the free man who enjoyed our talks and wanted us to be equals. Oh, the favors you did me, the supplies you bought to help me ease our durance vile, shelves and brackets, clean new matting, good company.
Ah, but I was repaid 1,000 times. Ye were not ashamed or abashed to be seen with a Miss Molly, and ye wore the odium with such grace.
Spare my blushes, Stephen, supper and a game of chess.
Aye, at my house I caught a goodly fish.
What's that villain up to? Mistress, what's the matter? Where are your escorts?
A man attacked me, and he heard voices and ran away. He stole my things.
Since I know the identity of the thief, I fear you'll not get your things back. Can you walk?
I can try, sir.
Not gallant like a knight in shining armor, but there are 2 miles of hilly ground to cover, and I must need to see where I put my feet.
This is the ray of the Sabines.
Nearly, I found her alone in the forest, robbed of her pathetic goods.
Here, mistress, on this chair before ye fall over. Richard, go to the Lucases and beg Olivia's tea in bath, as well as convict slops to clothe her. Do you have a name, child?
Catherine Clark, but I'm called Kitty.
My name is Stephen Donovan, and yon gallant who carried you like a sack of meal is Richard Morgan.
Are you convicts?
Nay, we're free men. I'm the harbour pilot. Richard is the head sawyer.
May I have more, Mr. Donovan?
In a little while, let that settle first. We do not stand on ceremony, Kitty. Call me Stephen. And Richard. Richard? How long is it since you've had a bath?
I wash when I can, but on the Lady Juliana we had naught but drinking water.
Then I fear 'twill take many baths to get you clean, Mistress Kitty.
Olivia offers more help than these.
Will you stop gawping, Richard, and do some work. Fill the bath from the tun and kettle. This first soak, I fear, can but strip the patina from the veneer. Heartwood's layers deeper down. Richard and I will step outside while ye bathe, child. So scrub, scrub, scrub. Throw your clothes out of the window so we can burn them. Mistress Lucas has sent ye convict slops, not the sartorial rage at His Majesty's court, but the best we can offer. Richard, how can ye fall in love with a bundle of filth?
Stephen, what ails you? I love a bundle of filth.
You cannot take your eyes off her. What is that but love?
Love, yes, but not for her. It's her speckled eyes, the eyes of someone that I loved more dearly than life. A very long time ago, did you not notice her eyes? Fawn dotted with black.
I thought them unique, but now you say they're not. 'Tis irony at work again, busy tampering with the fate of men. I did not realize it would come as a pair of eyes. So much irony, isn't life a mystery?
Could she be a relation? A reincarnation? Nay, Stephen, I fear you're right. The girl's a sprite, a visitation without true meaning.
She can't stay here with me.
I know that.
She won't scrub up her raving beauty.
I know that.
The Major will make he take her.
I know that.
Our cozy little world is in ruins.
I know that.
I know I've had good luck. Mistress Lucas tells me so over and over, that I might have gone to a man who beats me. They mostly do, she says. Whereas with Richard, I'm safe, but she says, I have landed the best catch in the island. Fancy that! Pepper, he made sugar for the tea he bought me, and a whisk for the eggs. Yes, I am lucky, and yes, Richard is handsome. Richard is built like goodness. Richard is soft-spoken. Richard is a gentleman, but so is Stephen. Oh, Stephen, eyes as blue Richard he comes to see, never me. Good day, madam.
And good day to you, Mistress Clark, for so I believe you were called. Typical Richard, too neat. He's like a cat, always lands on his feet. The rat, wherever one looks, is books, books, books. Who are you? Mrs. Richard Morgan is my name. I don't have to wiver in shame.
I don't know it had much impact on the accomplished fact that you are indeed withered, ma'am.
Oh, you take the palm. Did they whip you at the cart's tail before they threw you in jail?
I am nobody's whore, not now and not before. I am Mr. Morgan's servant.
And I am Major Ross's housekeeper. I have a servant to make me a cup of tea. Never touch a dirty dish, nor show a pea. Spread a fur rug on my rheumatic knee.
Whoopee!
How dare you be so rude to me?
You should be here doing your duty, even if you're not a raven beauty. Wives and husbands live together.
Hoity-toity, Mistress Clark, you can't keep me in the dark. Sure as my name was once Lizzie Locke, I know why you appeared in the dock. Well, you'll not steal Richard from me.
Who did believe in him or you?
I did believe in
Mrs. Morgan, that she claptrap.
I'll wipe your face all over the map.
And risk damaging your fancy act.
Oh, it's not worth half my tact.
I'm not a rider, has been no crone.
I left him all alone.
You silly wretch, why try to lie? 'Twas he who left you, cast you by.
A calumny, a slander, a libel. I left him, I swear it, on the Bible.
Why did she come to torment?
Why did I come to torment until now? I enjoyed some content. A beautiful man was too much for me. A troublesome
open this door. I'm fucking going, you graceless whore. I wish the food was more varied. Doesn't feel like Christmas Day eating boiled rice for breakfast in such warm, heavy air. I suppose I'll never see another snowflake.
Thank you, Maker. Your stomach's full and you're not shivering with cold.
There you go, being God the Father.
What did you call me?
God the Father, are you ever wrong, Richard? You speak, and so it is. People hang on your word as if having heard they set it in stone. Will it rain today, Richard? Will the grubs come, Richard? Will the fog come down on the mountain, Richard? Will there be fish, Richard? Will the sun rise, Richard? Whatever you answer is gospel, 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 gospel. Forgive me, Richard, I have neither right nor reason to fly at you.
Fly away, kitty cat, if indeed I wear the hat, or should that be halo of God the Father, then I should understand that being in my hand is galling, even appalling. You have my dispensation to castigate me, it must be some compensation.
You're making fun of me, using big words, double meanings, speaking in clever riddles.
Poor kitty, so beset, but well met, my little termagant. A token of my appreciation. Merry Christmas, kitty. She kissed me, darling mine, kitty mine. What a gift her two sweet lips pressed to mine. Heady wine set me adrift so willingly. She kissed me as if she truly loves me, and against all odds, praise the gods, dear kitty's mine.
I kissed him, now I see why for me these defenses, the wrongest felt so right, couldn't fight my own senses. He kissed me tenderly.
Christmas, Kitty.
Oh, Stephen, it's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, too, for bearing with me. My eyes are open at last. It's Richard who loves me, but more to the point, it's Richard I love.
I was just a youthful crush, Kitty. Now you've grown up. Your wondrously speckled eyes are indeed open. You and I love alike, minds in unison, two hearts in beating strike. One day.
Let's say no goodbye, Stephen. Richard unites us, not divides us. We need sigh no sighs. Do you count the cost?
No, never.
Nor I.
Did you think you could fool me, friend of my heart? You've joined the Royal Navy, Lieutenant Donovan.
I have, yes. And as soon as my sailing orders arrive, I'll be gone. Your future's here, Richard, isn't it?
I have no wish to go home because here has become home. I'm going to build a house farther up the valley and call it Morgan's Run. I'll build it well in planks and beams. Every string will tie my heart. What I was has gone, it seems. Now I stand apart. Moonlight on the water shines. I loose my grip on black despair. My spirit's in the roaring pines. The land looks fine and fair. No doubt had I that you would live, didn't fear you'd founder, man born with more to give, healing heartness sounder. You were destined to survive. When all the deeds are said and done, you kept your men's faint hopes alive. God gave you a fine run.
Joyful our hearts beat, we